Welcome to another edition of Something Came from Baltimore. I'm your host, Tom Gouker, and in this episode, we are reliving the Freddie Gray murder and the Baltimore Up-Rise that followed in the spring of 2015 through the sounds of Lafayette Gilchrist and the new Volcanoes. Lafayette Gilchrist is a gifted jazz piano player from D.C. who now lives in Baltimore. In 2017, he released an EP called The New Urban World Blues, which was his response to the Freddie Gray murder and the singular tragedy that has been replicated around the country. This episode is titled Blues for Freddie Gray. Welcome, Lafayette Gilchrist, to Something Came from Baltimore.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, well, I need to ask you right up front, what's up with this name? It is one of the coolest names in the world. Who named you that, and where's the heritage attached to your name?
Well, I'm actually a junior, and I was originally born and raised in Washington, D.C.
When I see Lafayette Gilchrist, I almost feel like it's a retirement village. Like, hey, go to Lafayette Gilchrist. When you say Lafayette Gilchrist, you mean quality. That should be your tagline.
Well, that was not an easy name to carry growing up, because it was a hard name. When you're a kid, man, you trying to stick out so much, and, first day at school, somebody like, what's your name, man? It's like, my name Lafayette, man. It's like, man, that's the name of a street, man. What's your name?
On April 12th, 2015, that was the day when everyone, was glued to the television and saw that short video of Freddie Gray being carted off into the van. And then the uprise started on the 25th at his funeral, and then it really continued until May 3rd, when the curfew was finally lifted from the city. You lived in Baltimore at that time. Were you in the area, or were you on tour?
No, I was home.
What is your thoughts when that happened? What was your thoughts on what was unfolding?
Oh, yeah, I mean, man, it was just, I felt just anguish, man, because the way that they described his death, I believe they said 80% of his spine severed. I just thought to myself how that man must have suffered. How that man must have suffered, man. That's an awful, agonizing death. That was my initial thought.
And what was your thought during the time of the uprise itself?
Oh, just pure anger and disgust at the leadership in the city, particularly their actions and reactions were pretty awful. Oh, it was horrible. The images went out everywhere. I got calls from all over the planet, man. You all right? What's going on? We had the curfew, man. I just felt trapped, man. Just like for the first time, it's like, man, this is what 1968 must have felt like to vote.
Let's talk about the song, the Blues for Freddie Gray. We understand the inspiration, but how did it come together? And then when you listen to it now, how did you feel it turned out?
When I listen to it now, I'm proud of it. I stand by it. I think it's a great record. What inspired me to write it was actually listening to a blind gentleman describe what he heard. For the first passage, "Did you see him?" It was kind of a play off of the fact that this gentleman was blind, but he didn't see him, but everybody else saw what went down. The lyrics unfolded actually almost not in real time, but bang on there in real time as kind of got the news.
Did you
there's another song in the EP called Temptation Blues. What was your
yeah.
What was your thought on that song, and how did that get developed?
Well, just watching the various economic games and schemes that's being run on people. It's kind of a inner conversation, in a sense, between one's capitalistic, exploitative self and oneself that's yearning for human freedom and liberation. So it's one of those kind of duality blues, if you will, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's a really great song, and there's a lot of meat in there in the lyrics.
Yeah, and Navasha Daya, really helped me. She rescued me. His sister rescued me on that track, and she really understood and was sympathetic and empathetic in every way to what I was trying to say with that song. And man, boy, did she really delivered it. She really delivered the message. And thank you for that. I wasn't really sure about putting that particular cut on the EP. I went back and forth as to whether I thought that.
Yeah, I thought it was a really strong song on your EP. It's really almost like a gospel song, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's I was saying that to my drummer Nate Reynolds when we first laid the track. I was like, man, it's like a gospel thing, man. Because this writing songs it's kind of new for me. I've been mostly an instrumental composer for most of my career. I rarely tried to write a song. So that's the new Urban World Blues EP is my first attempt at it. Is what is up.
Tell the audience how they can get a hold of you. What's your social media addresses?
I'm on Facebook. I'm really horrible at this. I'm on Facebook Machine. I'm on Twitter now. Oh, and I have a webpage.
Lafayette Gilchrist, it has been an honor to speak with you today at Something Came from Baltimore.
Oh, thank you, man.